Yeah, let's do that. Gaff is going to be questionable. Kai and Exum will be out.
Hey, I want to talk about Lively. Gaff said he thinks he'll have one of the best seasons this year, go his third year. What do you expect to see from him this season?
Yeah, I think I agree with Gaff. I think there is some growth. Just understand we always believe in his energy and his voice, and so I think he's evolving into a leader on this team. So I would again, Gaff is right on. I think he's going to have one of his better seasons.
Jason, what in particular are you looking forward to tomorrow night from your team?
Yeah, I think opening night's always special, especially at home. So just the excitement of a new year and beginning that journey to try to win a championship.
What can we expect from Cooper Flagg?
I think what you've seen here in preseason, just looking at he competes, his ability to make plays, and he has fun while he's out there. I think so. I think you can look for a great season from Cooper.
Is there anything you told him, maybe an experience you had during your rookie year that kind of helped him along his journey?
No, game has changed. I don't want to bore him with that story. So, we're going to keep it high energy and fun. So no reason to bring him down. But I think it's exciting for everyone to kind of go into that atmosphere and get their own feelings, because everybody sees it different or feels it different or deals with it different. My job, is to understand that we're playing a really good team in San Antonio, and to try to execute the game plan, and hopefully we can have that emotion checked so that we can use it in a positive way.
Coach, what have you thought about the way some of the older guys have tried to serve as a mentor and big brother to him, because they all seem to just want to help guide him in the right direction?
Yeah, I think it's great to see the wisdom that we have on this team in a positive way, trying to help him. When you look at those wisdom players of AD, Kai, Klay, trying to help him, understanding we have 3 number 1 picks, understanding that they might be able to share their story because they're a little bit closer in age. But I think it's really cool that this group cheers for Cooper, wants him to be successful, pushes him in practice. Again, this is a special group when you talk about cheering for one another and guys want each other to be successful.
Jason, tempo and pace is always important and always emphasized at this time of the year. A couple of years ago, you guys did it really successfully with an emphasis on push ahead and kick ahead passes. Yeah. Is there a recipe for this team, for this personnel, or is there more of a burden in terms of playing faster, playing with tempo? Where does the burden fall for this team on this group of personnel?
Well, I think it's we all want to play faster. I think the possessions were up in preseason across the league. Everyone's playing fast. The throw ahead, the pass is going to be important because we are bigger. So, but I thought the pace was really good in the preseason with our big group being able to get downhill and make plays for one another. So I think it also starts with your defense. If you can rebound and keep them from scoring, I think that's another way to keep the pace up.
Coach, do you think AD could take a step forward as a playmaker, playing in the high post with Coop's off-ball cutting and Klay's long-range shooting?
Yeah, I think AD has the ability to have a great year offensively with the weapons that are around him, for sure.
Coach, how do you game plan for Victor Wembanyama?
Yeah, when you talk about Victor, his length, it's hard to simulate his length. But I think, again, he's one of the best players in the league, and you just try to make it tough on him.
You guys are opening up with 5 straight home games this year. Have you ever been a part of anything like that in your career?
No.
Player or coach otherwise?
No, I've never seen it. It's the first.
What's the unique ways that you're going to be able to balance being at home so much, knowing the kind of opponents that you guys have got to start off the season with?
Yeah, I think it's 5 and 8 days. A lot of basketball really soon, so we don't have to travel. That's a positive, but it is a lot of basketball in a short amount of time. So our depth will be tested, and then also talking about being one of the best teams in the league, you got to protect home.
Back to Cooper, Jason. I understand he has a high basketball IQ. How has that helped him become the player he is today?
Yeah, I think he does have a high basketball IQ. I think when you look at the plays he's made, on the offensive end and defensive end, he understands the game of basketball for an 18-year-old, and it will only get better with the more reps that he's playing, in this league. And so to have the foundation that he has is very special, and we're lucky to have him.
Well, yesterday, PJ mentioned the importance of transition defense for this team, and with being big and wanting to kind of dominate the boards, what are some of the keys to finding balance between transition defense and rebounding?
Yeah, that's going to be key with the offense too, being with all the cutting and being in different positions on the floor. And so we're trying to simulate a lot of that in practice with the transition defense. Our voice is going to be important because there could be opportunities for our bigs to guard smalls and our smalls to guard bigs. So our voice is going to be important, and that's what we've been working on a lot here of late.
Do you have a starting lineup yet?
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
Cooper, what are you looking forward to the most tomorrow night?
I mean, everything, the whole experience, just being able to, play my first real game, obviously, but, just start a great season, a great journey with this team. I think we have a really good chance of being successful, so I'm just really excited for it.
Is it anxious? Are you anxious or nervous or what?
A little bit of everything. There's definitely a lot of emotions, nerves, anxiousness, a lot of it, so I'm just dealing with that. But, yeah, it's a lot of emotions for sure.
So compare this to your first game at college last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's somewhat of a similar feeling. I mean, it's a different level, different expectations, but it's similar feelings for sure of just, similar emotions and whatnot.
I asked Jason if he had any experiences to share from his rookie season. Have you talked to any of the other vets on the team about what they expect, not only from the debut, but from the rest of your rookie year?
Not really. I mean, I think we're all kind of just on the same page of, I think everything will work itself out if we all just lock in on being competitive and just trying to win as many games as possible. So I think that's the biggest thing, is just locking in on that and not really worrying about expectations or pressures or anything like that, and just, playing to the best that we can.
Whether it's point guard, point forward, however you want to term it, how comfortable are you with being in a position to handle the ball and being able to initiate and be able to make things happen for yourself and for your teammates?
Yeah, I think at this point, it's been great, great preseason, great summer league for me of just filling out a bunch of different positions and roles and playing a bunch of different spots on the court. So I think this one I'm ready to do whatever coach needs me to do, and we'll just see what he asks, and we'll just figure it out as we go.
Where would you say the biggest area of your game has grown throughout the course of the preseason?
I think just being comfortable, slowing down a little bit, being comfortable making decisions, and just playing with better pace for sure.
You guys are going to throw out, a lot of just non-traditional lineups this year. I mean, what are just the main points for making it work offensively for y'all?
I think just getting our shots. We have a lot of size, so just putting pressure on the rim a lot of the times, and spraying out and just taking the open ones with confidence and just trust all the work.
I guess going off that to an extent, your off-ball cutting sometimes gets overlooked, but it really is effective. How good do you think that can be with AD in the high post this season? Yeah,
that's something that we've talked about a lot as a team, is just that off-ball cutting, and we need to get a lot better at. So just continuing to work on that cutting aspect and playing off certain guys when they get it going. We have a lot of guys that can get hot on certain nights, so just kind of feeling that out and just working on that cutting and knowing when to cut and the different spacings will be huge for us.
Do you feel like the weight of the world on your shoulders? Do you feel like you're looked at as like the savior, if not certainly by the fans?
No, not really. To me, I feel like kind of the opportunity that I was given and put into this year took a lot of that pressure off of me, and just having a situation to be around AD, Kyrie, Klay, and just having a really good team in general. Like, we're a really deep team, so I think that kind of takes a lot of that pressure off of me, to just be myself and not worry about expectations to be like anybody else, but just to be me, and help this team win as much as I can.
Coop, who's been your go-to guy for either on the court questions or like, where do I park when I get to the arena? Like,
probably I would say D Live for a lot of stuff like that, like stupid stuff. But I think on the court we've had a lot of good leaders, like the older guys. Kyrie has really become vocal as we've gone through training camp. AD has been really vocal and just helping us figure out the spacing. And obviously Klay has been a really good vet so far, of just a little bit of everything, being vocal on the court, off the court, showing us how things are done. So.
And you have the 1 versus 2 in this one. Spurs have 2 reigning rookies of the year. How much does that add to the excitement of the season opener?
Yeah, I mean, I think it adds excitement, but for us, I'm more looking at it as like they're going to be another really good team in this league. So just looking forward to that and, showing what we can do as a team and just really looking to compete and have a good night.
What are your thoughts on Wemby? I'm pretty sure you've seen him play a little bit.
I mean, I've obviously seen tape and whatnot. I've never seen him play in person or even seen him in person, but from what the guys have told me, he kind of just something you've never seen before, and you can't really understand that until you see it in person. So, obviously he's an incredible player, and I'm looking forward to, getting that experience and be able to compete against him.
Are you superstitious? Do you have any special routines or any pregame meals you go through before every game?
I mean, yeah, I would say I'm a little superstitious. I like to just do the same routine. Once I get something that I feel like works, I try and do the same routine every single game. I always try and get a nap in, and there's some other stuff.
What are some things you're learning about like game planning and just preparing for opponents during your short time in the NBA so far, and also how did Duke help you with that as well?
Yeah, I think Duke does it a little different, I think, than most colleges, but it's just a very similar style. I think Coach Shire's done a great job with that of, taking that program and turning it into like a pro kind of organization and program. So like we did a lot of very similar things, the walkthroughs, the film, like. Just a very similar way. So I think that kind of helped to prepare me. And the biggest thing that I've kind of seen and they've talked about is just kind of you have to get ready for a team, and then once the game's done, you got to move on, and just it's a lot quicker to just move on to the next team because you don't have as much time. So just kind of getting used to that, I think, is going to be a big transition, a big thing.
The season obviously starts tonight, and you have your first game tomorrow. Has it set in and kind of hit you like this is the dream that you've been wanting to work to achieve, and now it's finally here, and what that means for you and your family?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it's set in fully, but, I'm just really excited. This is the moments. I talked about a lot of the draft, just, dreams coming true. So this is another one of those moments, just playing my first game, having that first experience. I think it'll be really cool. I'm just really excited and just blessed to be where I am.
Do you take that potential matchup with Harper when you're guarding him, personally, or is that just something that the game just comes to you?
No, I mean, for me, I try and take every matchup that I'm given or anybody that I'm guarding on any given possession personal, or not personal, but I just take it as a competitor. I'm never trying to get scored on. I'm always trying to just, get a stop on whoever I'm guarding. So it's never personal, but he's a great player. But, it'll be exciting to be able to play in our debuts in the same game.
How surreal is this for you? 'Cause less than 2 years ago, you were still in high school.
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking to my agent yesterday. It feels like it was yesterday. I was at Montverde in Florida playing high school. So it's definitely surreal. I don't know if any of it's really set in or, set in for me yet, but it's just incredible. How fast it's gone, but how far I've been able to come in just 2 years.
How many family members, friends you expecting to have in the building tomorrow?
I'm going to have a good amount of people for sure. There's a lot more people that wanted to come but couldn't make it, so I've got a lot of text messages, but I'm going to have a good amount of main family in the house for sure.
What excites you the most about this team?
You said what?
What excites you the most about this team?
I think our depth. Just having a really deep team that has a lot of guys. Like we have a lot of guys that, won't start but could start on a lot of other teams in this league. So I think just having that depth, being able to be really successful, and that's going to help us in the long run of just having a really good deep team.